Hey there, this is Kurtron, and this is your Bourbon Boy Advent Tasting Podcast. We pulled together some of our favorite picks to share with you as we count down to this year's Christmas. We hope you get a chance to taste some of these great bourbons as you enjoy this holiday season. Bourbon on.
All right, guys. So tonight we're going to look ahead to Christmas and holiday gifts for the friends who enjoy bourbon, a starter bourbon for someone who may be interested in trying, and considering bourbon as a gift for a coworker. So while we're talking gift ideas, we've added some pretty new shirts to bourbonon.com. We all think they're pretty clever, but you be the judge of that, so go out and take a look. Yeah. But gents, makers or Basil?
Well, if you want to keep with the gift giving at work, let's do the Basil. So, Basil Hayden. And I'm actually wondering if it's Basil or Basil, because the namesake is originally from England and came over here, settled in the Virginias, and then found their way as a family, kind of got kicked out of the tribe, found their way to Kentucky, where they started to distill with whatever resources they had available. This went dark for a while, came back in the early 90s. Family revived it, same recipe. It's got a great taste to it. It is, they say, it's on the lower end of punch. It's an 80 proof, so you're not going to get the kick in the chest like you got from Stag over here. But the mash bill on this thing is a little bit higher on the rye than it is than what we're used to. So we've got something here. This mash bill is 63% corn, 27 rye, 10% malted barley. So you're going to get a little bit more of that spice, both on the nose and in the taste. Interestingly, with a low proof like 80, it's going to finish quick. Mm-hmm. It's not going to hang around. It's not going to sit on your tongue like George T. Stag here. It's going to go away pretty fast. But it's a under $50 bottle bourbon, and as a small batch, makes it somewhat unique in that it's a small batch coming off of the Jim Beam family. So another Beam purchase, now Beam Suntory. And we know Beam as producers of some other bigger names like Knob Creek and Booker's and Baker's, but this one is in homage to Meredith Basil Hayden Sr. And he tended to like the rye a little bit heavier than the corn. So
they have a rye version too.
They do. They have a few, like a double rye. They've got a dark rye.
Yep.
So lots to explore in this particular space. But this coming in under $50 is actually a pretty good company and corporate gift, because usually you start to hit the $50 to $75 threshold of I have to report it after over a certain amount. But this one I think sneaks in the building and sneaks out in your bag. I don't think you have to share this with the team. So this is one where
sorry team.
Sorry team. Cheers to you.
If you've got someone on your team or a colleague or a partner that you've been in the trenches with throughout this past year, this is a pretty good one to work with. It's got a interesting copper band around the belt here, so it's got a little bit more presentation in a bottle. Good gifting bottle. I actually think I gave you a bottle of this for your 50th.
You did.
So this might be one of my go-to gifting bottles as far as like the presentation, the quality, and the spend.
Yeah.
But what are you tasting, and what do you get on the nose?
Go ahead.
I was going to say a little toffee.
Yeah.
A little toffee smell.
I was going to say toffee caramel. Listen, this is so one of my, I say my favorites. It's just a really smooth bourbon.
Just a go-to bourbon,
it's
for sure.
Very much a go-to. I think, especially for somebody who, if you don't know their tastes in bourbon, or if it's somebody new to bourbon, I think this is especially a good one. But this one I think is an easy one to drink, even like summertime. Like I think it's a really nice. Like I look at the George T. Stagg that we tried. Like that to me feels more like a winter bourbon. Not that they're classified winter or summer, but like I can't imagine sipping this in the middle of a 90-degree day.
That's I'm snowed in with no power.
Right, exactly. Whereas I think the Basil Hayden and still happy.
Not going to freeze to death, though.
Yeah, but I think the Basil Hayden is something more of an all around. But it's super smooth. I like it.
I like the Basil Hayden. Actually, it's funny you gave it to Kurt for his 50th. I just gave it to a guy at work for his 50th. Or actually, I bought it and we drank it together. But that's a different story.
That's what's about it.
Actually, the whole office drank it with him. I never noticed before the bottle actually has no printing on it or etching. It's all based on this paper label or whatever. Paper label and the copper band. I never realized that.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Well, its pants will never fall down.
Its pants will never. Oh, don't be sure about that. And now we, what did we have? Was it Old Granddad that was the grandson of Mr.
Yep. So Old Granddad is it was named after Mr. Hayden, and his grandson Raymond B. Probably Basil Hayden. Founded this one, the Old Granddad, and in honor of his grandfather. So on the bottle, there's a likeness of Basil Hayden on the bottle to give you a sense of what that old man looked like.
Yep.
Yeah. It is interesting though, tasting this after the George T. Stagg. It's a little flat.
Yep.
But I mean, again, you would never drink one then the other, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just between the two of them. It's like this is just super smooth. It's like
very smooth.
Very little pepper, if any.
Yeah. It's surprising for the high rye. Like I kept expecting the bite.
Little bite, yeah.
But I think with the low proof high rye seems to have balanced it out. It is very, very smooth. And they say it has like no finish. Like it doesn't. When you think back to the George T. Stagg and the long finish and the long like tingle on your tongue.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's nothing here in Basil Hayden. So it just super smooth and goes right away.
Yeah. I got it's interesting because I get a lot on the nose like a licorice, and I hate licorice.
Okay.
But you get none of it on the taste.
No.
It's very,
you don't.
It is very light.
Yep.
And good. Yep. So I would encourage
They say that you'll get on the nose you could get spice, you could get tea, you could get peppermint, and on the taste you're going to get spice and like a white pepper. But
I don't get any pepper.
I don't get the pepper on this. Like I said, maybe it's because of the George Stagg numbed everything, but
it might have.
Yeah,
it might have. But this is, I think, this is a good solid bourbon. It's readily available. Like I haven't struggled to find this one on the shelf. Some reviews I've read have said that at $45 a bottle, it's not worth it. But I don't know. It's not a bad. It's not a bad bourbon. I don't know what they're expecting for that, but.
Yeah, actually, I thought it was more than that, and I bought it a couple weeks ago, so it tells you how close attention I pay. But the presentation is nice. If you're on the way to a party and you forgot to bring a bag to wrap it or whatever, like I said, it's a nice presentation.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. And its pants won't fall down.
I just got a copper belt for crying out loud. Never goes out of style. Never goes out of style.
From all of us Bourbon Boys, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Bourbon on.